I'm going to demonstrate right now the use of Hydroset 5cc sample. So in the box you will find this blister and you will find the pouch. Looking at the blister, when we open it, we will see that it contains the tray with the syringe, which contains the liquid, and all other instruments you need for the injection. It is the tray plus the instrument and the liquid that you take out and take into the sterile field. So looking at the pouch, in the pouch you will find the powder, the bowl with the powder is in a blister, so you have to open up the blister first, and then you will see what you can take into the sterile field. This. So now, before preparing the Hydroset, we're just going to make sure that all the instruments actually are at your disposal. So what we do first is we take out the syringe with the liquid, we take out the plunger, we take out the cannula, we take out the spatula, and then what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that the syringe, which is going to collect the Hydroset, is clicked in this tray like this. Click. And you see that it is positioned in an angled position, 45 degrees, with the opening on the top. Okay, we're just going to put it over here. We're going to take the bowl. We can open it. And before we add the liquid into the bowl with the powder, we're just going to make sure that all the powder is collected at the bottom of the bowl. We're going to take the syringe with the liquid, and of course, first of all, we have to avoid that we take the liquid, the syringe with the liquid with a full hand, because this will heat up the liquid. So we have to avoid that. Okay, we take off this rubber, and before we inject the liquid into the bowl, there's a trick. We first going to retract a little bit, because then you will see that it is easier to inject it into the powder, in the bowl with the powder. When we inject it, the best is actually to inject it via the side of the bowl. And at the moment that we inject it over there, then the clock starts to tick, because we have to make sure that the preparation of Hydroset is exactly according to the time limits. Okay, we're now going to inject it. I'm going to start the stopwatch. I take the spatula, and for the next 45 seconds we have to make sure that we mix it with thorough circular motions. And it looks like it's a dry mass, but when you continue to mix and you're really going to scrape it together, so you make one mass of it, you will actually see that it starts to become liquid. We are now at 30 seconds. You continue till you have mixed it for the full 45 seconds. Okay, now it's 45 seconds. It's time to load the syringe. So what do? You just scrape it all together. So one mass, and then it becomes one mass which can pour into the syringe. And then we have to make sure that it gently slides into the syringe, and make sure the opening is not blocked by the Hydroset. So just keep an open air pathway. Here you can see very nicely how it actually is sliding gently into the syringe, very gently. So this illustration is actually of a 5cc sample, but I'm just going to take a little bit more time as if I am actually now putting a 10cc into the syringe. So I'm just pretending like I'm actually filling a little bit more and let it continue to slide down into the syringe. Just let it continue to slide down. So now, assuming that we have fully loaded a 10cc amount, just going to make sure that the last Hydroset is actually into the syringe. We avoid that we have contact with full hand. And now, it is now 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Actually, I still have a couple of time till 2 minutes and 30 seconds in order to prepare the syringe and to get ready for injection. So you see a 10cc can be filled in time. I'm contacting it only here at the rim side. We take the plunger and we just screw it in. And now we're going to release the air. And when you release the air, the Hydroset should not enter the cannula, just up to the base. Do not enter into the cannula. Now I'm ready for injection. It is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I took a little bit more time, but I still have up to 4.5 minutes to inject. And now I'm going to inject it into the void under fluoroscopy. And you will see that it goes nicely into the void. When the surgeon is putting the cannula in the void, of course it should not really stick the cannula into bony tissue, because then of course it blocks the injection. So it of course has to provide the possibility to inject it into the void. So now everything is injected into the void and the surgeon is ready. So looking at the time, it is now 3 minutes and 43 seconds, and normally you have up to 4 minutes and 30 seconds to have this done. So actually I'm way in time, and normally actually everything should be easy to do within this time frame. After 4.5 minutes, surgeons should stop actually manipulating any Hydroset and just let it be and let it get hard. So this was the preparation of Hydroset, assuming that we were actually loading a 10cc sample.